Well, hello there, everybody. Is I, the big, and I do mean Big D, coming to you live and in person from his home office. If we remember yesterday, I was in Dallas, Texas. Oh, I'm sorry. I get crazed with the old Dallas theme song. Or going through the Big D, and I do mean Dallas. Oh, so much for that. And I was talking about, making $2.08 a mile. I was at 93 cents on all miles. And I said I would take a lesser rate to get right out of Texas. I got that about 30 minutes after that video was posted. I was moving right out of Texas to 10 miles from my house. That's right. I deadheaded 80 miles, got 938 loaded miles. One's big long skid, went the whole length of the van. And we had to unload that with one forklift. I couldn't videotape it because the guy driving the forklift didn't know what he's doing. So I didn't want to tear the back end of my truck out, my van out. But anyway, I got, and this is why I say sometimes, worrying about the rate per mile nonsense is what I call it, is see the bigger picture. The bigger picture, folks. Because now the picture is going to get a little better. Instead of me going 600 or 700 miles on my dime, I got paid. All the way back into Ohio into a good freight area. That's right. Now I'm taking Saturday and Sunday off. And one of the biggest reasons is I drove through all that tornado activity last night. Through Kentucky and Tennessee and all that. Yeah, it was a mess. I'm telling you. It rained so hard I couldn't see a foot in front of me. It was just like someone just took a fucking boosh down. And that was right outside that north of Nashville, where just east of where that tornado hit and flattened all that in Kentucky, Mayfield. Yeah, it was stuff blowing across the road, trees, you name it, across the road. You know those big, like, aluminum circular water things for, like, cattle? Yeah, a couple of those went across the interstate. I'd never seen anything like it. Like, what in the hell? Power lines were down, some of them across the interstate. We had debris everywhere, trees, limbs, stuff all over the interstate. Okay, up in Louisville, they even closed the interstate. Yeah, it was not any fun, but I delivered early. So, and then I came home. And after that, I just was tired. And I said, I'm going to go out of service for the weekend. And I'll be back out Monday. And Alan understood. I mean, you have to drive through that. And I'm home, so why not? Weekends aren't that fantastic. I might have got a shorty or something. But we'll just hope for something Monday. Even if it doesn't happen. I got my numbers from Monday at 4 o'clock till this morning at 8 o'clock Saturday. So I took that load, 938 miles at 70 cents a mile. Oh, I know, I'm taking cheap freight. Well, that's the rates down there, folks. So you can sit there and hope for a miracle and deadhead out of it like some people did because they wanted $1. Good luck. So rather than, take 70 cents and get your miles paid to where you're going or near it, it's better to drive it for free. Haven't understood the logic there yet. It's called losing money. And then you're in business. Losing money at any point in business is stupid. That's why you'll see companies sell things at cost. They'll donate them. They'll do all these things. Why? It's a write-off. If I donate it, I get the full retail price as a write-off. I throw it in a dumpster, I get the cost as a write-off. So if it costs me $1 to make this, take this bar soap and package it, okay? If it costs me $1 and I sell it for $6, if I give this to the women's shelter down there, anything I'm just trying to get rid of, I get a $6 per, at 100, $600 write-off. If I throw it in the dumpster, I get $1 or 100. Yeah. I don't want to take a loss, all right? So if I can sell it for $1, I break even. Write-offs is only if you're taxable at that point. In courier or in expediting and courier, you probably won't be because you write your miles off and wash it away. But it gives you an example when I'm talking about how write-offs work. So I did that at load, 938 miles of 76, which came up to $656.60. I'm figuring 51 gallons of gas, I spent $156.60. I just used to round the number. So I profited $500 to go to a good freight area. Instead of taking $156 out of my pocket and putting it, so if I was at $2,837.91. And I moved deadhead because I'm that purist who, I'm not going to do this. I'm just contributing to the problem. Well, there's several hundred vans down there, guys. You're not going to get them all to do it. Can't beat them. May as well take the money and get out of there and make your money coming in. So I could have done that and taken my $28.37.91 profit so far and made it, let's make it $2,700. But I did it my way, and now I'm at $34.94.51. Yeah. So that would be, not bad. Not bad. So I prefer to put the money in my pocket. The rate per mile. By not deadheading it out of there and doing it for free, my rate per mile dropped to 86 cents. All miles. That's with the 208 and this one. And this is being preluded into this as a catch-up, and I still got Monday to go. So right now I'm basically making $3,494.51 on 4,069 all miles. So the topic today is how to make $100,000 a year in a van. You can buy a series of tapes, books, all this on how to do it from people who've done it once. That's right, they're new, they've done it once. I've done it 14 years in a row, every year, 14 straight years. Go do it their way. It really doesn't affect me. Deadhead from Texas, 700-800 miles away. Doesn't affect me. I'm just telling you how I do it because, well, I want you to learn that sometimes taking a lesser rate to get yourself into a better area is smarter than just moving on your own and paying for it because, A, you're not losing money. So, how to make $100,000 a year? Well, the first thing you have to do is be in service. The first quality, the number one thing to make a six-figure income in expediting and courier driving, to be both of them, be in service. Shocking, I know. Because the more loads you go, the more money you make. Now, when you get to the drop-off, okay, like I got to the drop-off in Texas at 9:30 that night. I dropped it off, drove 5 minutes up the street, pulled in, went straight to bed. Slept till 9, 10 o'clock the next morning. Ate, gassed up the van, did the video, went to Harbor Freight. Got some ice, just got some screws to screw down that little plastic piece in the back that got knocked off of the forklift a couple weeks ago. Cost me about $3 to fix it. Yay! And then I did the video, and then bam, here it comes, 938 miles, 70 cents. I'm all over that. Went and grabbed it, took it off, dropped it off, collected monies, and I'm sitting here at my house. That's right. Number one thing to make $100,000 income, be in service. Number two, take the loads. I mean, I won't go into the South. I've made that pretty clear. I'm not going down there. It sucks. I'm not going to make 50, 55. It's what's paying down there, so I'm going to get out of there. I don't want to be there. Period. I'll go anywhere else, but I'm not going there. I really don't want to go into New York City either, so I stay the hell away from there. Other than that, it's an open book. Okay? Now, I'm writing these off. You talked about you can go buy videos from people for $75 to up to $500, $550 to be exact. telling you how to do something they've done once. I'm going to give it to you for free. That's why you got to watch the whole video. You see, you guys don't watch the whole videos. And all that information is in here towards the end, but don't watch it. If you're not serious enough to watch the video front to end, you're not serious enough to come out here. You're not willing to invest that little bit of time, 10, 15, 20 minutes. If you're not willing to invest the time to learn this, don't come out here. You'll regret it. So, relocate. You may have to deadhead. Know where the freight is and know where it's not. That's key. Know where it is and where it's not. I mean, I told you a few weeks ago, right now, the majority, I'm trying to stay north of the Ohio, up in the top states, crossing back and forth. You stay up there, you'll keep busy and make money. And that's for the most parts of what I've done. But you've got to understand something else. When you relocate from a bad area to a good area. And if you can get a cheap load, 70 cents a mile, to go over there, even better. Even if it's 60, you're not losing money then. You're actually making. If you deadhead from Miami up to Atlanta, good Lord, what is that? 500-600 miles, if not more. You're going to pay the money out of your pocket to do it? You get a load going up there for 60, 70 cents? Take the damn load and get out of there and get up there. That way you make $300 instead of lose $100. There, it's just simple math. Okay, now, cross that off. Here is the key, the gold nugget. That's right. All these items I've told you are crucial. Know where the freight is, know where it's not. Take a lesser rate to get into a better area before you have to pay to do it yourself. Tell your dispatcher, hey, I'm here. Now, don't tell your dispatcher something. I want $1 a mile from all miles. I want the 80 miles paid, and I want all the miles paid up there, and $1 a mile. I'm not going to get that load. You're not serious. So I'd rather drive it on my own. Pay it out of my pocket, $156, rather than pocket $500. This is stupid. It really is. Yet people on these channels say this stuff with a straight face and tell you they're right. Really. You know, hey, to each their own. I mean, that's the way you run your business, fine. One load in a month and you're happy, and then you're telling everybody this is the way to do it. I haven't figured it. I've made more in this, not even a week yet, than they've made in the last 2-3 months. Probably 3 months. That's right. I made more in probably the last week, and they had not even a week's over yet, and they have maybe 2.5, 3 months. You got to decide how you want to run out here. You got to decide if you want to make money or you want to stand there and go, well, I want to make a high rate on my load, so by God, I'm not going to take that cheap freight. And, you know, this is just not worth it. Why are you out here? You're going to have to sleep in your van. If you can't sleep in your van, don't come out here. Take your car, take your van, and my computer just went down, and go stay at a parking lot. Right now, it's cold out. It's even better. Get you a sleeping bag and a pillow. Go to a truck stop for the weekend and sleep in that truck, in your car or your pickup. It's insulated. It'll be nicer than you will be in a cargo van. And if you can handle that, great. If you can't, don't come out here. That's simple. It's the test of whether or not you can handle this. But back to the subject at hand, how to make $100,000. I've told you, relocate when necessary. If you can get a cheaper rate to go there, rather than drive it for free, get paid. Be in service. And last but not least, set yourself up for success. In other words, here's how I do it. And this is how Alan does it too, I'll tell you this, because we both talk and we both work off the same format and game plan. I mean, who do you think taught me to expedite? Alan. That's right, I followed his suggestions. And to this day, I'll still refer to him with questions. You know, it's like, hey, what do you think? I'm running something by him I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to ask him his opinion. Does it always work? No. I mean, I remember one time I was up in some goofy city in North Alabama, I think it was, or Louisiana. I can't remember. It's one of the borders, Texas. And we had drivers in Dallas. I was east of Dallas in some little artsy-fartsy town. And Natchitoches or something. And it's a 5-hour drive down to Brownsville. And we've been doing good out of Brownsville. That's right. And so I ran it by the dispatcher, Dennis. I ran it by Alan. What do you think? We got drivers in Laredo. We got drivers all over the place, but we don't have anybody in Brownsville. And the north and the office is all covered. And it's gamble. It only has to work 80% of the time for you to really be happy with it. But I noticed I said 80, not 100. Well, I went down there, spent 5 hours, drove down there that Saturday, and sat there until Wednesday. Deadheaded out on Wednesday. What a total cluster. Doesn't always work, folks. It just has to work most of the time. And it's the key out here. Not everything works every time. If you think it does, you're delusional. So set yourself up for success with this little trick. Get a couple shorties. You can get one of those high dollar shorties, even better. Get you a mid-range, you get you a shorty, a couple hundred, 100 miles, pays you a couple $100. Pop. As your bunt single. Get you a couple 500, 600 milers. Base it. Base it. Bases are loaded. Then get you something like from PA to Texas. 1,500 miles. Crack. At 95 cents a mile or better. Or 85. It's still good, right? And crack it out of there and get down there and get yourself out quick. By, hey, got to be aggressive. We're in an area you're going to have to be aggressive. Move me quick. I was out the next day. Just like that. And I made money coming out. So right now I'm looking at a 34.94.51 and 4,069 all miles at 86 cents a mile. It's better than 75, I'll tell you that. And the money is a lot better. And I still got Monday to go. I'm taking these 2 days off. So actually, technically, I got to have 3 days, but after driving that stuff last night and I'm home. I'm 10 minutes from my house. I came here, do my laundry, take it easy, get some sleep. I'm going to go to sleep here in a minute too because that was very tiring doing what I did last night in that mess. And then I'll be back out on the road Monday up until the 23rd. And then I'm off the road till after Christmas, till after New Year's actually. That's right, I'll be off the road. So I hope this helps you. Telling you why I do things, why Alan will do things, why we do things, and the net result of those moves. You're not always going to get a high dollar in every load. You don't have to. You just got to learn when to do it smartly. Move yourself in an area that can get you that other road, and then crack that bat and knock it out of here. You can always tell your dispatcher, "Hey, I'm in PA. Let's hit Texas pretty hard. Yeah, get me into Texas." Click, and they will bid the crap out of you into Texas. Communication's key too. There's your last piece of the puzzle. Let your dispatcher know what you're doing. Alan and I talk every day about what I'm trying to do that day. He knows exactly what I'm trying to do and why, and he looks to do that. Him and Tim look to do it. Get us in. I work with Paxton Expedite Services, Alan. I'm doing well. Do we have bad weeks? Oh, yeah, we have. Come on, folks. Not everybody's going to have a great week. But if you take 4,000 a week times 52 weeks, that's over 200 grand a year. If I would continue doing that it's not going to happen. But 140 to 150K is very possible. All you can do is put in time and drive the van. Just that simple. So I'll be doing some more videos coming up. I'm just giving you this little update on how you can make 100 grand a year And you don't have to buy a program from anybody to tell you something. It's basically common sense. Watch these videos to the end. Like the channel, share the channel, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to help you make money. The people on here, and some of them will probably comment, following what I've told them to do, are making really good money. I have a courier making $2,800 a week in Tennessee. Don't do something out of the box. It worked. She's not the only one making over $2,000 a week as a courier. Expediting is the same thing. It's up to you whether or not you want to follow what I lay out or what somebody else lays out. That's your choice. You pick it. You can't do both, just so you know. You got to pick one or the other. Pick the one that makes the most money and go with it. If you're happy hanging out for a high rate, you might get a load every month, but hey, what the hell, right? You got that $1.20. Woo, yeah! That averaged out to be 75. Oh, it was $1.20. Came out to be 75. Should have took a lesser rate and moved out and kept your rate higher. But that's beside the point. Until next time, this is Big D saying let's go make some monies.